Welcome back and thank you for being tuned into Times Now. I'm Pratibha. Our judges above any scrutiny will tell you why conversations have been sparked off about the same. A fire at the residence of the Delhi High Court Judge Justice Yashwant Verma has led to the recovery of a massive pile of cash, triggering shockwaves within the judicial circles. This incident, which took place on the 14th of March, has prompted the Supreme Court Collegium, led by the Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, to order his immediate transfer to the Allahabad High Court. Now, Justice Varma was reportedly out of town when the fire broke out, prompting his family to call the fire brigade and the police. Now, after the fire was extinguished, officials discovered a huge sum of cash inside one of the rooms. The local police documented the recovery and escalated the matter to the senior officials, eventually alerting the higher authorities in the government. Now, this development reached the CJI as well, who convened an urgent collegium meeting to discuss the issue. The collegium then unanimously decided on Justice Verma's transfer, moving him back to his parent High Court in Allahabad. And this led to several questions. Is a mere transfer enough? Legal editor Harish Nair joins us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh and Sabyasachi are also on the broadcast with us. First up, let's go across to Harish. Harish, take us through what happened, the timeline of the case and the action that was taken, and also the chat within the collegium, because we're told that some within the collegium also mentioned that a mere transfer is not enough.
Yes, that's right, Pratibha. It happened that a fire broke out at the judge's residence, official bungalow, on the day of Holi. And while dousing the flames, the fire tenders found huge pile of cash. And this matter was immediately reported to the police, who informed the higher-ups. And once this news reached the ears of the Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, he decided to take prompt action. And yesterday, according to sources, a collegium meeting was held, and in principle, a decision has now been taken to transfer this particular judge to the Allahabad High Court. But according to sources, some members of the collegium are of the view that mere transfer won't suffice in such a case of grave misconduct, and minimum he should be there should be removal, or at least for the time being, he should be restrained from handling judicial work, which means a temporary suspension. So even as we are speaking, the collegium is mulling transfer, but at the same time, we need to wait and watch what is the future course of action from the Chief Justice. And as I said earlier, some members of the collegium are of the view that because of such an incident not only tarnishes the image of the judiciary, but also erodes the people's confidence in the judicial system. This is what some of the collegium members, senior judges, told the Chief Justice. So we need to wait and watch what is the future course of action. Back to you, Pratibha.
Okay, all right. I request you to stay with us. Supreme Court lawyer Mr. Sanket Yanagi is with us, and he was talking to us just a while ago when he said that there needs to be stricter action after an investigation. Mr. Yanagi, what is the action you think should be taken in such a case? Many members, like we mentioned, from the collegium were also of the opinion that a mere transfer is not enough.
So the investigation is still in progress. Once the investigation reveals that it is not been an accounted money, then the action could be initiated. Till then, no action could be initiated. And an explanation would also be sought from the concerned judge. If he is able to give the proper and acceptable explanation about the money which has been found at his residence, then the Supreme Court Collegium will take another action. But if no explanation is given, there are much more penal action which would be followed in the pursuit. One, he could be asked to resign from the post. Number two, otherwise, if he is not going to resign, the collegium or the CJI may write it to the government for initiation of the removal process through impeachment. So that could be the final step in the event where the cash found is held to be unaccountable and no explanation is given. Judge particular is not in a position to explain the source of that cash having been found as the source of income, then automatically the action would be taken. But it is still in the process of inquiry. My opinion is, at this stage of the pending inquiry, the judge at least be abstained by the judicial order or administrative order from performing his official duties. Otherwise, it would send a wrong signal to the entire integrity, about the integrity and reputation of the system. Or otherwise, it would be erode the reputation and integrity, and the institutional integrity and the trust in the people would be eroded. So in my personal opinion, there need to be an action abstaining the particular judge from performing his official duties till the inquiry is complete.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us. So at the very least, he should be halted from performing his official duties, because at the moment he has been transferred and he will continue to discharge his duties. Let me take this across to senior news editor Bhavtosh Singh. Bhavtosh, this comes amid a lot of calls for transparency within the judiciary, and this is not about the integrity of one particular judge, but this is going to raise questions on the entire judiciary.
Yes, Pratibha. First, this is a very unprecedented development that a huge stash of cash has been found from the residence of a judge, and this cash was found when, in fact, the fire department official had went to douse the fire. Now, the development itself is very unique for the fire department to first went to go to the residence of a judge, and then subsequently they found the cash, and they then informed the police, and then the police informed the higher-ups. This is not the first time that such an incident has happened. Earlier also, CBI had in fact filed a case against Allahabad High Court judge, Justice S.N. Shukla. He was then sent on a long leave, and CBI filed a charge sheet against him. Will a transfer be enough enough punishment against S.N. Shukla, or should a legal case be filed against him? He should be given an opportunity to explain why this cash has been found, whether this cash actually belongs to him or whether this cash belongs to someone else, because we have only heard a source-based information so far. We have not got any official confirmation either from the Law Ministry or from the Supreme Court or from the judge. So it would be very interesting to see whether all the three parties, as far as three parties are concerned, whether they will come out in open and say whether such incident has actually happened or not. Importantly, at around 10:30, the Delhi High Court will sit whether Justice Verma will be coming to the court, whether he will be in fact be present in the courtroom or not. As I said earlier, that in 2019, CBI had in fact went ahead and filed a case against Justice S.N. Shukla. That case in fact led to filing of one charge sheet, and then subsequently CBI went ahead and filed another charge sheet. As far as Justice Verma is concerned, there was also a controversy last year itself when questions were raised when he was transferred from Delhi High Court to Delhi High Court from Allahabad High Court, when questions were raised whether he was involved in a bank fraud case involving a sugar mill. At that point of time, it was said that he was on the board of director of a sugar mill which was based out of Western UP. Those who were in support of him, they said that he resigned from the board of directors in 2013, and the alleged bank fraud happened much earlier. There were three preliminary inquiries that were filed by the CBI in 2023, but interestingly, all three preliminary inquiries of these were quashed by the Supreme Court in 2024. So he was in a lot of controversy even earlier, but this development that had happened just few days back is something which is very unprecedented, and one has to wait and see what will happen today when he will be coming to the court, or whether he will be coming to the court or not.
Okay, all right. So on standby for 10:30. Stay with us. Action that can be taken. As of now, he has been transferred. He could be asked to resign, and the CJI could write to the government for his impeachment. Will stricter action be taken or not? That's the question. We have a lot of political reactions coming in as well, including from the former Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar. And let's go across to Sabyasachi for that. Sabyasachi, even Rajiv Chandrasekhar going on to say, when those who are trusted to give justice become merchants of injustice. Any word from the government on what is their official reaction on the same?
Well, see, as of now, the government has not officially reacted to this matter. We are reporting from Arjun Ram Meghwal's residence, who's the law minister. In fact, Rajiv Chandrasekhar also had criticized the Justice Verma. Now, several reactions also coming in from the opposition side, like in the Trinamool Congress, where Mr. Saket Gokhale, who's a member of parliament from the Trinamool Congress, calls it shocking. He says that after unaccounted cash had been recovered from the residence of a justice of the Delhi High Court. What happens next is just a mere transfer. Now, he also points out that the judiciary, unlike the government or the parliament, is not subjected to outside scrutiny, and this needs to change. So clearly a lot of reactions coming in from within the government as well as from the opposition side, but as far as the law minister is concerned, no official reaction has come in from the law minister yet.
Okay, all right. Sabyasachi, stay with us. So the timeline of the events are like this. First, fire breaks out at the High Court judge's residence, after which a huge amount of money was found, and now he has been transferred. Abha Singh joins us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Ms. Abha Singh, do you think a mere transfer is enough?
Not at all. In fact, see, it had to be a fire to lead to this cache of cash in a judge's house. For years, activist lawyers like us have been shouting to the roofs that judges have become corrupt. There is so much corruption in the judiciary. And now when the Collegium, Supreme Court Collegium, just sends him back to Allahabad High Court, what a wrong message is it sending? Is it trying to save his own skin by trying to protect a judge? An inquiry should be ordered. He should on his own go on leave. He should not join back as a judge in Allahabad High Court. What fate will we have in judiciary if such tainted judges are allowed to work? There is a process prescribed in the Constitution that they can be removed, they will be impeached for misconduct and corruption. So an inquiry should be initiated immediately. He should be asked to go on leave if the proper procedure has to be followed. It is shameful, but I am not surprised, because I feel there's so much corruption in judiciary that we bow our heads in shame.
What is the action you think should be taken? You said at the very least he should not resume his duties now. But what is the action you think in a case like this should be taken?
See, he has been sent back to Allahabad, but now it is for the Chief Justice of Allahabad to initiate a disciplinary inquiry, because we have a rule of law which says that you should be given a chance to present your side. He has to explain. A vigilance inquiry should also be ordered. In fact, what the law says, that approval has to be given by the Supreme Court, his seniors, so that cognizance can be taken. So I think the court itself should say that the inquiry should be initiated. Vigilance inquiry should be initiated. The Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court should also start an administrative inquiry and take his side. And after that, if facts show that this money is all illegal money, then due action should be taken, which is suspension, and also it can lead to arrest, because we have seen so many officers from the income tax, customs, various government departments who have been arrested for corruption.
Okay, all right. Ms. Abha Singh, thank you for joining us. In fact, unaccounted cash can also lead to impeachment. Let's tell you what the law says, that the Chief Justice will first seek a response from the judge on the money that has been found at his residence, and if the answer is found to be unsatisfactory, then he could be asked to resign, or the CJI could write to the government for an impeachment. My colleague Sagrika is also joining us on the broadcast with the details. In fact, a lot of reactions also coming in. Yes, Sagrika.
We have a Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha and National Spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, Saket Gokhale, responding to what has happened. He goes on to say, and I quote, "This is shocking and serious. And how was the judge punished after unaccounted cash was discovered? He was merely transferred to another High Court. The judiciary, unlike the government or parliament, has zero outside scrutiny. It's a black hole accountable to nobody. This needs to change." So this is the kind of clamor coming in. You've been speaking to multiple lawyers who are also expressing shock over what has happened, and the question or the larger demand is for that of accountability, which is now on test.
Okay, all right. Sagrika, thank you for joining us with those details. Thanking Harish, Bhavtosh as well as Sabyasachi as well for joining us with those inputs. This remains the top focus story on Times Now, and we continue getting the reactions on the same. For now, quick break. We'll be right back.